Right, folks, horse racing. Right, we've got a good horse racing community here, I think. Very pleased with it. Really pleased with the way it's going. I hope it grows. I'm sure it will. I want it to get bigger. It's great. And we have a good crack. We really do. I'm going to do something or say something now that might ruffle a feather or two. I hope it won't. I think it won't. But before I go any further, let me just say this. I am not trying to hurt or upset anybody whatsoever. I've not been asked for an opinion on this subject. I'm going to give it anyway. Because what I tend to do, I'll comment on the things that I see on YouTube. I comment on those that I don't like your Sandros, like your Watchmen and folk like that. The ones that I'm not as keen on with some of the things that they say and some of the things that they put in the thumbnails, like old Neil. And even on the ones that I do like. You know, I defend some of the ones that I do like and that we do like and that we believe in. But I feel I'm extremely even-handed. I'll even say, if somebody asks me something about any one of them that I agree with, even if it goes against the grain, and if it's about a person that the channel supports, I'm going to give an honest answer. I always do that. There's been many instances lately. I suppose the main one has been Peter Fillingham. There's been a lot of 50-50s with Peter. He's got some supporters, he's got some detractors. I get asked questions about him and I get told to do things about him and to write things about him. Well, you know, folks, I sail my own ship. I do what I want to do. I do what I believe in. But there's been many times I'll write in comments, yeah, I don't agree with that, or I don't agree with that, or I wouldn't do this or that way. And, you know, there'll be times people will say, do you agree with people paying Peter this or paying him that or paying that? And if I agree with it, I say, and if I don't agree, I say. I'm honest, I'm even-handed, I try to do my best. But based on that, I mean, some of you will know where I'm coming from and some of you won't. And as I say, this isn't anything to hurt or upset. It's just a bit of advice from as I see it, and I hope it gets taken in the right way. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I honestly don't know. And then I'll tell you something about me and about this channel. You may notice, folks, over the last couple of days, I'm doing the scores on the doors on a regular basis. A few have missed out today, a few haven't bothered. And over a couple of days, there's a couple I didn't see. And there was one in particular I didn't see, and I thought, I don't want to miss this person, because I got something wrong with this person about 10 days ago, but I apologised the day after, which is what I do when I get anything wrong. I think in 3 days I got 3 things wrong. I think I had to apologise to Mickey D one day, to the Veiled Bookie one day, and I think another day was the day of the suit, if memory serves, where I missed horses off. So this person is one of those that I missed a week or so ago, and I thought, I can't see any tips, and I thought, well, if he's going to put his tips up late today, I can only look now when I'm looking. I've got other things to do, and I'll be doing the scores on the doors later. That was a couple of days ago, and I seen nothing again yesterday. And I did see some thumbnails there, but I thought they were old thumbnails because this person did some thumbnails about a week ago about how horses performed, and I thought they were a week old. They actually wasn't. And it's about, for those that don't know, because I'm going around in circles here, folks, it's about the Veiled Bookie. Some of you may have seen things and know that things aren't as they were over the last few days with the Veiled. And I've got no dog in this fight at all. I've got no axe to grind with anybody whatsoever. But I know that he's stopped putting tips out, which is fine. It's his want. He's his own man. He's his own boss. It's his own channel. That is 100% fine. But I noticed, although he's not been putting videos out, he's not been putting tips out, he's put a couple of videos out the last couple of days. As I say, I thought these were old ones. They're actually not. Saying, well, this is a tip that you can see when I actually tipped this earlier, but I've not given it to everybody. And he's saying, I'm not going to give it to folks unless you subscribe to me and give me a thumbs up, which is fine. That's his want again, no problem at all. I know the Veiled is struggling for views more than most. Of all the people that we mention on this channel, I mean, there's Dave the Suit, there's Peter Fillingham, there's the Veiled, there's Pegasus, there's Horsepower Hints, there's Zorro gives his tips in another way. So he's got no subscribers, he's not got a channel. We've started to put Charlie Winters on a few times. I put Craig T. I don't think it's Craig T. I think Craig only tends to turn up for the big meetings. He doesn't do a daily. But we try to put them all on there. And also, we put those that we don't like on there, that from the dark side, the Watchmen and Sandro, when they're around. They've not been for a while, and I hope they've gone for a long time. And if we're lucky, for good. I do hope they've gone for good. Never mind back for good with the old take that. I hope they've gone. I hope we've got rid. More about that in a moment. But I try to put everybody's tips on there, and I try to look out for everybody. But I know out of all them I've just mentioned, I think probably with the efforts putting in, I think the Veil's struggling more with subscribers than anybody else. And I've noticed over the last week, 10 days or more, when I've seen and heard some of his videos, it's sort of got mentioned. I think there's been things mentioned about how it's difficult and how people aren't watching and whatever. I think, memory serves, I'm sure I've heard bits. And I know he's struggling. And to that end, about 2 weeks ago, I said to some folk, go and have a look. He's not doing great with subscribers. Have a look at him. Not because he asked me to. Not because I'm after any plaudits. He thanked me the next day. He didn't need to. I put you've no need to. I've had other people thank me certain times when I've mentioned them. Nobody needs to. It's just what we do on here. You know, it's just what we do on here. But he'd had a good day or 2 good days on the bounce, and I thought he deserved more looks, more watches, more subscribers. But I can't make anybody do that. I just mention it, and it's up to folk whether they do or not. Now, I have said before about the Veiled, when he came on, initially he was having a right go at Dave the Suit and Peter Fillingham. In the end, he backtracked, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but he apologised to them both. And whether they were wholehearted apologies or not, whether they were from the heart or not, I don't know. He knows, but he still did it. And as I said at the time, it takes a big man to do it. Many won't. He did. He's been fine with most ever since. He did a lot to do with Sandro before Sandro left. He put a couple of those funny videos out. Now, I'll be dead honest with you. I never said it on here. I think I said it to one person in the comment section. Even I, although I laughed at it, thought one of them went too far. He could have been in trouble. He wasn't, but he could have been. But that's up to him. I would never stop him doing what he wants to do. It's his channel. He's got a channel. He can do what he wants to do. Like Sandro says, this is my channel. I'll do what I want to do. So the Veil can do the same, just as I do. He's got his own platform, and it's up to him to use as he sees fit. But I'm somebody that's been threatened by at least 2 of them with court or slander or whatever else it may be. None of them's gone that far yet, but it's been threatened. It doesn't worry me one iota because I've done nothing wrong. Everything I'm saying is above board and legit. I've got no issues. I sleep well at night. I worry about nothing. But one of the ones the Veil did, I think went a little bit too far. And I thought they might rail up and have a pop at him for this. And because it's there for everybody to see, it could have been held against him. But that's him and that's his want. I've got no problem there. But on the Veil with his subscribers, just let me say this, VB. Let me just say this. I think I said the other day or a week or 2 ago, I think you mentioned in one of my messages you struggle a bit for views, and I said, look, it'll come, blah, 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 it'll come. And I think I might have said to somebody in the comment section, one of the things that might not help him is that he is behind a mask. People like to see somebody's face. He can't because of his situation and the bookmakers, and I get that. But there's a couple of others that don't show the face. I think Charlie Winters doesn't, Pegasus doesn't. But some of them have more to the channel and more work goes into it, or more with videos and more with profits and loss and blah, 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 blah. And I think people watch different ones for different reasons. But the Veiled at the moment is struggling, but I think he's struggling because maybe the mask might not help. It might also not help because all he's doing is giving tips and not much more. I know how hard it is myself. All I do on here is talk to folk. I offer folk nothing. When I say offer nothing, I mean, we do stuff because we've got an horse racing community. I do a lot there and it's going very, very well. I do loads of other stuff that many people think is cack, but I don't care because I like it. It's loads of cack, but I like giving out cack. I do everything. For some people, it's brilliant. Some people love it. It entertains some people. I'm trying to entertain in a, not quite the David Brent kind of way, but entertain. But I know it's not for everyone. But I know I'd have a big market. There's a big marketplace out there. People of my age group, and I know I'd do really, really well if more people knew about me. They just don't. I've just done something again on trans with Mary Margulies and J.K. Rowling. If you ask 300 people of over 60 their views on my video, I'll bet of them 300, I bet 200 and more like the style of it and whatever else. But probably 2/3 or more of the people watching it will agree with the sentiments exactly, because our age group does. So I feel I'm doing something for lots of people. It's just that disappointing that lots of people don't know I exist yet. But in time it'll happen. Now, to that end, the Veil's struggling with subscribers, and I get that. I never watched his videos today. I looked in the comment section of both the last 2 videos, and he's got people on there saying, but look, if you're not giving tips and people can't see them, I know you want more people subscribing. I get that. But it doesn't just come straight away. You've got to work at it, and sometimes it takes time. And Veiled, it does. Let me say that, it does. I did pretty well getting my first 1,000 and my first God knows how many hours. I did it quicker than most people, but not as quick as the odd person. There's a guy doing travel videos I've seen. He got to 10,000 in his first year. I got to about 2 in my first year and I was over the moon with it. Because I believe it's hard to get 1,000 in your first year. I believe it's really, really hard. I know a couple of people on the horse racing side have done well already. I think Dave the Suit's got over 1,000 already. He's been lucky. He's had a couple of big prize winners. He's pretty informative. His style is pretty good. Some people suit it, but also we've pushed him from here. But also people have just got used to him. He's done a Q&A, which helps as well. But he's had a few winners. He does a bit on football as well. He's got another platform, I think, on TikTok or something. So all in all, his viewership's gone up. He's been lucky-ish. Others have. Yours is slow, but it'll come. It really will come. But as somebody said to you, not putting tips on and not doing what you've been doing, if it's not been working as it's been going on, to say to folk, well, if you don't subscribe or give me a thumbs up, you're not going to get me tips. Well, I think that it's only going to go one way. It won't go up for you. It'll go down. And if you're happy with that, fine. But you're obviously saying you're not happy, which is why you're withholding your tips. Don't do that. Just carry on doing what you're doing. Carry on doing what you're doing. If you have any good runs, I'll highlight them. I won't say to people on a daily basis, go and join the Veiled Bookie. I'm not going to do that. But if you have 2 or 3 days where you do really, really well, I'm going to say you're still struggling for views. Come on, folks, more watch it. Now, whether they want to or not is up to themselves. But what I will say is, Veiled, and I'm not having a pop, but it'll sound like I am. This is the bit that you might not like. When you first started, you had a few goals, as I said, Dave the Suit and Peter Fillingham. Some people have said to me that I like Peter too much and I push him too much. I don't push him. I don't push him at all now. But I don't think it's as bad as many people that come on my channel think. You know, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do the way Peter does them. There's a lot of things I don't agree with. Peter mentions the free bet, and the bets that the others are getting on a daily basis. You're getting 1, they're getting 3. Join me for 40 quid. He goes on and on and on daily about it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. I wouldn't offer 50 quid. I wouldn't chase some people's money on a daily basis. But if he wants to do it, that's fine. I never knock Peter because that's his job. That's what he's doing. He's got his channel. Do what you want, Peter. You've got your channel, Veiled. Do what you want. I've got mine. I'll do what I want. And that's how it should be. But do I like hearing him every day mention that? I don't, but that's up to him. I think if you reined it in a little bit and was more sensible and cleverer with it, I think he'd do better with his subscribers. That's what I think. That's how I do it, but we're all different. But then again, on these YouTube channels, people ask for subscribers and thumbs up and all the time. I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to do it on every video. I don't. As I say, I do it about once every 2 weeks and I get embarrassed doing it then. But let's just say I thought to myself, right, if they don't subscribe to and give me a thumbs up, I'm giving them no more videos on Katie Price or Kenny Katona. They'd all be over the moon. They'd stop subscribing now. They'll think, great, we've got no more of that cack. Because that's all I do. Katona and Price. Rod Stewart. Lorraine. All the people that do my head. Judy Love, that's still living. That's all I ever do. But I like doing it because they do my head in and they do a lot of people's head in. So some do watch, some don't. But I'm not going to say to folks, if you don't watch me, if you don't subscribe, I'm not going to do any more videos. It'd only go one way and it'd go down. And I want to build this channel up. I'm doing well with this channel. I'm doing better than some that started at the same time as me and some that started before me. But I'm not doing as well as others. I want to do better and I hope to do better, and in time I will. But you've got to work at it. A lot don't subscribe to me because I don't edit videos. I don't have any music. I don't have any graphics. I don't have great thumbnails. I'm like you, Veiled, in a different way. You say you've not got time to do lots of things there, do what race replays and this, that, and the other, because you've got a wife, you've got kids, you've got dogs, you've got a cat. I'm the same. I've got a wife, I've got kids, I've got grandkids, I've got no dogs or a cat, but I've got all those things. And I'm probably, I don't know your age, my old son, I'm not trying to talk down to you there. I'm guessing I'm older than you. I probably could give you 30 years, I'm guessing, or something around that thingy. It's harder for me doing what I do. I'm doing a full-time job, running a family, got all these kids and grandkids, and also doing this, sometimes 12, 13, 14 videos a day. I don't have time to edit anything. I don't know how to edit. I don't want to edit. I've got enough on my plate. But it's a killer, so I know what you're up against. You've got a young family. I know what you're up against. But just carry on. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you're producing as like you say you've had them for the last 2 days or whenever day, and you probably have. But like somebody put in your comment section, how will anyone know if it's true? People will just be thinking, well, that's laudable. He's doing what the stakeholders are doing and say he's had winners and he's not. And I don't doubt you. You probably have, but that's what people will think. A couple of people commented they were trying to be constructive in your comment section. You took it the wrong way and had a bit of a go at them. But then you softened your stance when I think you did realise they weren't having a go. Many are trying to help you. Many were saying, stay on, give you tips, blah, 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 blah. Somebody said, Mickey's got 7,000 subscribers. But he's been doing it 2 or 3 years now. He started slow, and he did, but it builds up. It's hard, Veiled, to get to where you want to be. It really is. And if you do it to make money, I'm doing this to make money ultimately, but for when I retire, I'm still a few years off that yet. I thought I'd be making money already now, or more than I'm making. But I'm making buttons, mate, as I've said to you in the past. I make between 100 and 120 quid a month, so it's 30 quid a week. I'm putting loads and loads and loads and loads of hours in for 30 quid a week. But I'm doing it because ultimately I think I will make money. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I'm doing it in my own way because I think what I do, I'm good at. I'm different. I've got something that no one else is doing. But I like it. I like the people that comment. I've got loads of people on here that I think I could meet in the street and have a pint with, male and female. I like many of you. I think you're great people. But you've got to work at it. But I want more people as well. But I wouldn't think, well, I'm going off here. I noticed another couple of things in your comment section, and I'll be honest, I didn't agree with them. So I'll tell you this as well, trying to be even-handed. And by the way, just let me say something. Peter Fillingham, I'm not going to tell you a story, it's a confidence, so I'm going to have to tell you a story. Peter asked me something a couple of weeks ago, Dave, how would you feel about this? Would you do this? And I said, I'll do that, Peter, yeah, but I want to do this first. And Peter said, oh, I don't know. I said, well, look, leave it. I said, I'm happy for me to do what you're asking, but I've got to be fair and honest and genuine and decent, whatever else. I said, but to do that, I've got to do that, or it doesn't sit well with me. And he said, oh, well, I get where you're coming from, leave it. I said, that's fine. So I won't just do anything for anybody that they ask me. If there's something I'm unsure about, I don't agree with, or that I think it's not dodgy, but I put my heart into, or I can't fully agree with, I just won't do it. Now, I noticed that you put on there today, I think in one of the comment sections, or yesterday, and you're unhappy that someone's got loads of subscribers because they've given a big winner. You've given big winners. Well, I know who you're on about there. I won't mention his name, but I know who you're on about. But he's done more than just give a big winner. Puts a lot into it, like you do yourself in your own way. But maybe people like him. Maybe people like what he does. Maybe he's got lucky. You had to go at somebody else saying, this person's getting all these plaudits because he's got rid of Sandro. But I played a part at meaning yourself, and he was already gone. Let me tell you, Veiled, he wasn't gone. I thought he'd take about 3 months to come back or more. He'd come back earlier than I thought. That expose has really exposed him for what he is. And I will mention that thing on a weekly and monthly basis. And if he ever comes back online, I'll mention it and mention it and mention it. So anybody new that comes to my channel that hears me talking about Sandro goes away and watches that thing that Pegasus did. If anybody got rid of Sandro, and I'm not after anything for myself, it was me more than anybody else. I've been on to him, but not me, all the people that watch the channel. And I'm not after anything for that, but I went on and on and on. Because he deserved it. He's the worst of a bad bunch. He is the worst by a country mile. And yes, you played a part as well. But what this Pegasus has done, he's gone above and beyond. He's had 3 weeks listening to all that crap off Sandro, all the texts, all the messages, all this, all that. He's been bombarded with stuff. He's done a proper thing on there on a spreadsheet that'd take me forever to do and to understand. It's took him all the hours in the world. And with a family like me and you have got, and with a full-time job. He's put his heart and soul into it, and I think what he's done is absolutely fantastic because I couldn't have done it. And much of it there I don't understand, but lots of people that follow this channel and his channel and your channel will understand it, and it's for them. And it's for them to look at and download. And it makes it so much harder for Sandro to come back online, knowing that we've got that there forever, is it, in perpetuity, to show folk. It makes it really hard because that's showing 3 weeks of him lying and lying and lying and lying. But then again, whether he was already gone or not, Sandro, if that fella wants to do it, he's happy to do it, it's not for me, I don't believe, or you or whoever else to question him doing it. I think he's trying to help us to get rid of Sandro. And I don't think he would have called you for doing it. And that's one thing I'll say. I mean, maybe it's the Scouse in you. I'm near Scouse. I'm down the road from you. I was in Scouse night before last. What am I on about? Last week. I love Scousers. I love Liverpool, as I've said many times. I'm a United fan. But I love Liverpool and Scousers. I do. But you come across sometimes as aggressive, having a go at others, and when you're upset that your channel aren't doing what you want, calling others. Don't do that, my old son. You know, and I'm not having a go at you here, but don't do that. Don't worry about any other channels and what they do. Just worry about you and growing your channel. And with a bit of luck, it'll grow. And I hope it does for you. I really, really do. I hope you take this right. This isn't to have a pop at you. This isn't to have a go at you. Whether you carry on doing YouTube or not, it's up to you. Whether you carry on showing tips or not, it's up to you. But if I were you, or I'm not, but what I would suggest is show your tips on a daily basis. Just keep your head down. Hope to grow the channel. If you've not got time to do extra to what you do, just do what you're doing now. One of the people that commented said, you put them on at all different times. I mean, I do with my video. Why don't you have one time a day when they all go on? Because I believe sometimes you put on at 1 in the morning or you cut at 1 in the morning. He's got a point there. If he can't always find your videos and he has to look every hour, you don't want that, but someone's got to look for your video every hour to see if it's on there, because the notification mustn't be coming to him. If you can get a time daily when your video goes up, say 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. every single day, 7 days a week, then those that have subscribed but haven't clicked the notifications or haven't got the time to look for notifications, or those that haven't subscribed, which I know the ones you don't want, but let's face it, even if they're not subscribed, if they keep coming watching your videos and watching your tips and do well from them, in the end they will subscribe. It's taking longer than you want, but they will subscribe. If they're making money on the back of you, they will subscribe. But you've no need to push it. It'll come. As I say, from here, if you have 2 or 3 days with winners, I'm going to mention you and say he's doing well. And from time to time, I'm going to ask people to go and look at you. Whether they're doing it's up to them, but I'm going to say that because I know you need subscribers and I want you to get them. I really do. But this fella's right. If you've got a set time every day where people know your video is there, they know where to find you. I think that's a good idea. But again, that's up to you. I hope you took it well, what I've said. I've not meant it from a bad place at all. I've got all the badness in there. I was going to say I've no badness in me. I've got all the badness in the world in me if someone deserves to be my wife and family and kids, grandkids or whatever. But with this YouTube like, people could say and do what they want. You can come on to me, do a video about me. I'll put in the comment section, you're right, Jodrell Dave. I don't like you. I don't want to speak to you again. Blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't have done that video. And I'll take it on the channel, be a bit gutted, but that's life because you're allowed your own opinion. Like I've just given mine. But I've given it, as I say, out of not a bad place. And if I were you, I would do what I'm saying. That I'm a nobody, but I'm a bit older than you, and maybe I'm a bit more worldly wise. I don't know. I think I'm pretty worldly wise. I would do what I'm suggesting. Just get your head down. Never knock anyone again. Knock Sandro and the Watchmen all you want, but I wouldn't knock the others. If someone else is doing better than you, let them. In the end, you might catch him. It's a long race, this one. It's not a sprint. It's a long race. This YouTube isn't just like that and dead easy. It isn't. Honestly, trust me. It isn't. I can put my computer on tomorrow. I'm watching people go up in ones. I've had 5 subscribers today, 5 new. That's only 5. But some days I'll have 5 and then 4 drop off. And I've only had 1 and I can't believe it. Yet I want to get to 10,000. I'm only on 2.5, 3.5. It's miles away. But it could happen within a year. But I'm watching ones. There's people out there. This one I follow with 180,000 subscribers is getting 30, 40, 50,000 watches for every video. I bet these days where you can see the subscriber count going up and up and up. I've had 2 videos being watched by over 20, 30,000, and it's brilliant for 2 hours when you just see it going up and up and up and up and up. But it's happened twice in 18 months. You've never had it yet. I loved it. It's just unbelievable. I want to get to that on a daily basis, and I can with 10,000 behind me and with a favour that I'm going to ask everyone further down the line. I can get to that. I can get to that on a daily basis. I think so. I've got a plan, a cunning plan, as Baldry could say. But that's not for now because I'm not big enough for now. But it's hard work, Veiled. It's hard work to build it up. It really is. And if you're doing it to make money, you're miles away from making money. Because I've said, I've got more subscribers than you, more watches, and I'm making buttons. I'm making absolutely buttons. But in time, you will make money. In time, you will. And you will get the plaudits that you're looking for. And people will watch and say thank you and whatever. And they'll come. Just keep tipping winners and they'll come. Anyway, I'm leaving it for now. I've rambled on and on. I've took the bins off, so I don't know how long it's gone on for. Probably many have got bored by now. I bet many haven't got to here. 24 minutes nearly. Right, I'll go. Whether you go and knock me, old son, or whether you come back towards is up to you. But I'd come back if I were you. It is slow. It might remain slow for a while, but you'll have spurts where it'll get better. You really will. Folks, before I go, if the Veiled Bookie comes back on board, he'd like a few more subscribers. If you watch his channel, please subscribe. If you can give him a thumbs up for every video, YouTube pushes it more, he might get more views. And if you don't know when he's going to post videos, because they're erratic and whatever else, click the what's it button, that notification, and you'll get a note on your phone when they come on. I could be saying that about my channel, but I'm not, because you know I don't like saying it. Don't mind saying it for Veiled, and he needs the people. So if you can jump on board, if I can see his subscribers have gone up by 100 tomorrow overnight, I don't know what he's on now, I'm going to look. If I can see they've gone up overnight by 100, I will be over the moon. I bet he will as well, but I'll be absolutely over the moon for him. Might not happen, but I hope it does. I'll leave it at that.